Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of College Ball with J Dog. I'm starting to drop these videos like they're hot, y'all. So y'all need to be subscribing, liking, sharing with your buddies, your grannies, your mamas, your daddies. Share with your enemies. Hell. Like I said, I'm dropping these things like they're hot. I ain't Snoop Dogg, but I am J Dog. So let me get a sip from my Red Bull. It's been a long day. 39 days, ladies and gentlemen. Till we're waking up, kicking back, lounging around, turn to ESPN, watch Pat McAfee and Game Day. It ain't going to be the same without Corso. Corso's the man. Father Time gets everybody. I still like seeing him at the end of the shows last year do his headgear pick. It's going to be weird without it. But at least we'll have football. That's 32 days away from the first game, y'all. So literally, barely over a month till we're sitting on our couch watching football. You got Iowa State and Kansas State week 0. So you better start locking in, start tuning in, get all the news you need. You ain't got to go searching. You just got to kick back, relax on your couch, grab you a snack, smoke you a cigarette, drink you a beer, whatever you do. I don't judge. Listen to my hillbilly ass tell you what's going on in the world. All right, we got some more Boo Carter rumors. There ain't really much coming out about it besides rumors. That's why I'm calling them rumors. I'm not saying they're true or they're false. I'm hoping they're false. I'm a big Boo Carter fan. I bragged on him last year. Been bragging on him all season. About how I think he's the best defensive back we've had since Eric Berry. He's going to get the ball on offense some this year, return punts. I really think he could change the game for us this year. At least one, make a play on defense or a return, or maybe even a play in the passing game, run game, however they're going to use him on offense. This is Basilio. Like I said, his information's hit or miss. This is a rumor. Don't take it as fact. Don't go bashing the kid on Twitter or nothing. Until any of this is proven, it's just a rumor. I've seen a couple of dumb fans on there giving them hell on Twitter. Grown men and grown women giving a 19-year-old kid, hell on Twitter over rumors. Not over something that actually happened, but over rumors. I give Nico all the hell I give him. I'm a grown man. He's 20. That's a whole different story than these rumors. If the rumors turn out to be true, you can give them a little flack. The way they get paid now, I'm all for it. I used to not like college kids getting shit on or whatever. And now they're making more money than some of us make in a damn lifetime. So it comes with the territory. But anyway, lay off a Boo until we find out what's really going on. If he stays on the team, this still could have been true, but him and Heupel could have come to a deal on how he could play football this year. Me personally, if I'm Heupel, I'm not kicking him off the team till right before the season starts. I'm not giving him a chance to go and roll somewhere else. I don't know how long. I think August 2nd or 3rd maybe is the last day they can transfer and play this season. So I'm waiting till he can't play this year. If you want to screw us over and this stuff's true, I ain't letting you go so you can play somewhere else. Not till next year. If it turns out to not be true, it's just internet rumors, then we move on. We could move on with them, even if it is true. Heupel could give him some stipulations. Tell him you do all this, you stay on the team, earn the respect of your brothers back, and we move on together. Here we go. Quite frankly, he has not been plugged in this summer. In fact, he's been borderline unplugged. I've been told, and the picture that's painted is one where he's missed some workouts. He came late to some team stuff. You have to understand something about Tennessee. Heupel cares about his damn culture. If you don't fit the culture or you go against the culture, you're not going to be on the team. Look at Nico. Culture is everything. You cannot have locker room cancers in your locker room. Because if you put up with it, it's going to end up costing you a game down the road because they're going to show their ass and they're going to cause a rift between teammates, and you're not going to be dialed in on game day. Like I said, this is rumor. If it's a fact, it's a damn shame because Boo Carter has all the talent in the world. He's a Chattanooga boy. Tennessee gave him a raise after the season. Set his family up to be able to move up here to watch him. He could be around them. Seen something about his mom on Twitter and how she was acting. Not a big fan of it if what I saw was true, but I'm not going to go into it because I don't have it to pull up. So I don't want to start no rumors. Basically, what I just said, Heupel wants to guard his culture. One of the ways he does it is through the power and the magic of his council. His council is his leaders on his team. In any situation we're talking about, you got to have guys that run a room. Okay? So the leader, people he's picked to be the leaders this offseason, make sure everybody's doing their stuff, holding their part to make this team the best they can be, is saying Boo's dicking off. I mean, that's the moral of the story. He got his payday. He thinks he's hot stuff. He thinks we need him because he's going to play offense too and defense, even though he's playing offense because we made a deal with him at the end of the season to keep him because Deion Sanders and Michigan was trying to get him. We gave the kid what he wanted. We gave him a raise because he was going to play more, be on offense too, and return punts. So if this is true, it's pretty sad. Hopefully it's not. Even if it is true, hopefully Heupel talks to him, his teammates talk to him. He does all he needs to do to stay on the team and help his team this year. That's all I'm going to say on it because, like I said, I don't know if it's true or false. At this point, it's just rumors. So we're not going to throw a kid under the bus in the rumors. I'm just telling you how I feel about it. If they are true and if they're not true, I'm thankful for that. All right. We got the SEC teams. We're going to do the over-under win totals like we've done for all the other conferences. We're going to pick a conference champ. I'm going to wait at least a few days before I do my playoff predictions. We'll know who our conference champs are, so you'll know who I have in there. So let's get this thing kicked off. First up, I think we're going to go Mississippi State. Mississippi State's over-under win total is 3.5. I think Mississippi State's going to have good offense. They got a coach that's been with Heupel, under Heupel, I think. He's either coached with Heupel or under Heupel. I can't remember. Levy. He's been with Lane Kiffin. The man knows offense. There's a decent offense last year. Mississippi State's just in a bad spot in the new era of football. I mean, Ole Miss is the big school in the state. They don't really have the NIL funds. And they've really been that way there anyway before. I mean, they've made the SEC title game against us in, I think, 97, 98. But besides that, I mean, if they win 8 or 9 games, they're happy down there. Let's see, they got Eastern Kentucky, Toledo, UMass. That's 3 wins. So that's saying they're not going to win a conference game 1. They also got Arizona State, Florida, Texas, Georgia. Oh, my Lord. I mean, biggest chance at a win in conference is going to be probably Arkansas or Missouri. Damn, they got a tough schedule, y'all. They play all the big dogs. They got Texas, Georgia, us, Ole Miss. They don't have Bama. They got Florida. So they're either going to pull off upset against Arizona State or probably Arkansas or Missouri. They lost a lot of guys to the portal too, y'all. I do like their quarterback okay, but I just don't see it happening. I think Levy's a good coach, but I think he just walked into a bad spot. We're going to go with the under. We're going to go with Vegas on that one. That's a tough schedule. I mean, they may pull one off because you never know. And, I mean, you go down to Starkville. I think we go down to Starkville this year. Some crazy things have happened in Starkville like they have in every SEC stadium. So, I mean, it's possible. But if I'm betting money on it, I'm going to say under. Up next, we got the Fighting Diego Pavias, is what we're going to call them. For a team that has an over-under win total of 4.5, I don't know how you're going to run the state with that. Even if you somehow do pull off the upset against us, how are you going to run the state? Let's see here. 4.5. The over is plus, so the under is the favor here. They did get, which one of our corner? Jordan Matthews. They got him. I know they got Gerald Sensabaugh's kid. Oh, no, he went to Missouri, I think. Anyway, they got Pavia. That schedule, y'all. Let's see. Charleston Southern, Virginia Tech, South Carolina, Georgia State, Utah State, Alabama, LSU, Texas, Auburn, Kentucky, Tennessee. You got 2 for sure wins, maybe. Charleston Southern, Georgia State. They lost to Georgia State last year. We can't talk much crap because we lost to them under Pruitt. They actually bounced back and had a decent season after that. They beat Georgia. I think they beat Virginia Tech the week before they lost to Georgia State. And then they beat Alabama. And then they beat Auburn. Oh, let's see. They maybe I'll beat Kentucky. I'd put them at 3. Maybe Virginia Tech. I don't know. I just think somehow, some way, I think they get to 5. I think Pavia will give them 5. I think they can beat one of Virginia Tech, Kentucky, Missouri, Auburn. I think they can pull one out against one of them. Don't see them going down to Tuscaloosa and winning. Don't see them going down to Texas and winning. Don't see them going to Knoxville and winning. So they'd have to pull one off at home against Missouri and Kentucky. Maybe LSU, highly doubtful. Like I said, I do like Pavia. I don't like him running his mouth saying they're going to run the state. But, I mean, he's a confident kid. They pulled off a couple upsets last year, which is cool. Have all the confidence in the world, but last thing you want to do in the offseason is run your mouth about a team, any teams really, and give them another reason to be more hyped when they play you. That's crazy. Up next, Arkansas. Will Sam Pittman keep his job? If he don't, they've already got their head coach there. I mean, it's that simple. Bobby Petrino will be the coach of Arkansas if Sam Pittman gets fired. I think that's what he's brought in for. I say Sam Pittman's buyout probably a little lower this year than it was last year, so that's why they kept him. They got a talented quarterback, so maybe give him one more year. And as slimy as Bobby Petrino is, it wouldn't surprise me if he sabotaged them and made them didn't call plays the way he wanted they should or something just to get his job back. If you remember, Bobby Petrino was coach at Arkansas. He got caught having an affair, a motorcycle wreck with his little side piece, and he's all wearing his neck brace when he got fired. And he's worked his way back up, though. Let's check their schedule out. Alabama A&M, Arkansas State. There's your 2 wins. Memphis. Memphis has got a good program. They are trying to get in the Big 12, by the way. I think it's $250 million they offered the Big 12 to get in. So they got 2 for sure wins. Memphis, I think they'll beat Memphis just because of their talent. They got Notre Dame this year. They got us, Texas A&M, Auburn, Mississippi State. There's a 3rd win for sure. 4th win, I guess, with Memphis. So there's 4. Missouri, Texas, LSU. Shoo-wee. They get 6. I don't see it, y'all. I know Tennessee's going to want revenge, and we got them at home this year. They may be able to beat Auburn if they're not improved, maybe Missouri. So, man, that'd be 5-6. I'm going to go under. But I could see 6, but if I'm betting, I'm going under there. Taylor Green's a really talented quarterback. I just don't think they have talent around him. And he's very streaky. One week, he looks like he could be a first-round draft pick. The next week, he might look like he should be a Division II quarterback. I mean, if anybody could get it out of him, Arkansas would probably be Bobby Petrino. Like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if they stumbled on 6-7 wins, but I couldn't see much more than that. But I'm just going under. What happened to Mark Stoops in Kentucky? I'll tell you what happened. NIL happened. Mark Stoops had Kentucky winning 7, 8, 9. Hell, he won 10 games there. Now, did he take advantage of Florida and Tennessee being down? Absolutely. But he's still done it. Ever since NIL come into play and transfer portal, they struggled, y'all. Let me tell you why. Because all they care about is basketball. Calipari said it best when he was there. They're a basketball school. I read something, I don't know if it's true. It was from a legitimate source. He said he heard it, so it don't mean it's true. He didn't say what was going to happen. But I heard and read that they're going to spend $10 million of their $20 in revenue sharing on basketball. If they do that, I mean, they'll probably have the best basketball team every year, but other programs are going to suffer. I mean, that just leaves $10 million for football. What about baseball? What about softball? What about women's basketball? Are they just going to shut programs down? That's what I don't like about the revenue sharing. That's Trump signed an executive order to try to step in and help. But that revenue sharing could really kill a lot of programs, y'all. That's just the fact of it. I mean, even just stuff that you don't think of, like golf and rowing and stuff like that, is just a bad deal. I mean, I like that they're doing it because it evens it out, but the school gets to pick where they spend it, and if they want to cut a program, they cut a program. I mean, let's get back on track here. Kentucky, they got Toledo. Toledo's a pretty decent little MAC school. I don't see them beating Kentucky. Eastern Michigan, I think that is. There's 2 wins. Whew. I think that's Southern Miss down on November 15th. There's 3 wins. Kentucky's got a gauntlet too, y'all. South Carolina, Tennessee, Florida, Vandy, Georgia, Texas, Auburn, Louisville. Lord. Vegas thinks they're going to hit the over. I'm going under, y'all. Unless they pull an upset like they did last year against Ole Miss. I think it's Stoops last year there. I think he was trying to go to, if you recall, if you don't know, he did try to take the Texas A&M job when Mike Elko got it. But Texas A&M fans showed their ass like we did when we tried to hire Greg Schiano. They ended up hiring Elko. I think Stoops could have done good there. Stoops is a good coach. I mean, hell, he was winning at Kentucky until all the NIL money stuff started happening. They put it all into basketball. So they got screwed out of the A&M job. Now he's stuck at Kentucky, and he's talked about being a guy that might retire early anyway. So I honestly think this could be Stoops last year at Kentucky. Don't know who would want to go there if they're going to spend all their revenue share money on on basketball. So Kentucky could be down and stay down to where they have been historically before Stoops got there. Up next, we got Missouri. I can't stand Eli Drinkwitz, our coach. They wore Tennessee State champ shirts after beating us 1 out of 3 times. They beat us in Vandy Joe Milton season. So 2023 beat us 1 time out of 3. We beat them by 40 points 2 years in a row. So we outscored them by 80 for 2 years combined. And then they beat us. And automatically, they're all of a sudden, he stands on business, Josh, and shakes Josh's hand like he's something special. Last year, they came back down to reality a little bit. This year, they're over under 7.5. Meaning they expect more laws. They think they're going to go under. Let's see what we think here. Central Arkansas win. Kansas. Don't sleep on Kansas. The daggone Jalen Daniels is healthy. He's a daggone athletic quarterback, not the greatest passer, but man, when he's healthy, Kansas wins a lot of games. They've won 7, 8 games with him when he's hurt. That's early in the season, so he'll probably be healthy. Louisiana, they'll beat UMass, so that's 3 wins. I'm cutting Kansas as a toss-up right now. Debate on it. Alabama, loss. South Carolina, loss. Auburn, toss-up. Vandy, toss-up. I probably pick on to beat Vandy. I don't know how good Missouri's quarterback's going to be this year. Bo Pribula, they got him from Penn State. Penn State brought him in last year to run the ball, so we've not really seen him pass much. So in Mississippi State, I'll give them a win there. I'm going to give them the win against Vandy just for poops and giggles. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They beat Arkansas, which I'm not sure they will. That's 6. We're banging the under, y'all. We're going with Vegas. I think Drinkwitz is about to get a little dose of reality. He and his coaches got a commitment by Williams Waneri. Big-time Missouri kid. He's number 1 defensive lineman in the country a couple years ago, coming out of high school. Missouri signed a law where they could pay their kids in state money while they're still in high school. So he signed with Missouri, obviously. Stayed there 1 year and transferred after Eli Drinkwitz was literally letting one of his coaches hug him and carry him around. They celebrating it. That's what portal and NIL's done, y'all. You get excited over a kid. Sometimes you don't even get to see them get on the damn field. So I'm hoping they do something with the portal here soon. At least only 1 window. At the end of the season, if you want to transfer. After that, you're stuck. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Should be able to go through spring, get to spring, see you're not on the depth chart where you want to be, and then transfer. And you should either transfer at the end of the season or you're stuck till the end of the next season. Next up, we got Oklahoma. They're over under 6.5. Oklahoma got a hell of a quarterback out of the portal, John Mateer. A lot of people had him ranked number 1 in the portal until Nico entered. We got Illinois State win, Temple win, Kent State win. After that, I'll probably give them a win against Missouri. There's 4. I do think they'll go to Michigan and win. Michigan goes to Oklahoma with the true freshman quarterback, so I'm giving them a win there. So there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, Missouri, there's 5. Alabama, Tennessee, LSU, Ole Miss, Texas, Auburn. Unless their offense is drastically improved, y'all, that under's looking good, y'all. And they go under 6.5 this year, Brent Venables will be gone. A lot of people say, oh, Brent Venables gets fired. Tennessee fans should be scared because Oklahoma come calling Josh Heupel. Who's the hot coach right now? Josh Heupel. After the way Oklahoma done Heupel, he's not going to Oklahoma. Stoops fired him after having a top 20 offense. And his brother's defense was ranked in like the 50s or 60s. And it was the reason they lost games, but yeah, he still fired Heupel just to save his brother. And Stoops is too involved in the program still for Heupel to go back. That's why that win at Oklahoma last year is so sweet for Heupel. That's why he's crying after it. Had to do with his mom, too. Still lives in Oklahoma. But I promise you, Heupel will not go back to Oklahoma. I don't think Heupel ever leaves Tennessee. We got the best athletic director in the country. And the other schools say that. Rick Barnes says it. Other coaches say it. But you never know. I think Heupel's got made at Tennessee. He's got all the resources he needs to win. He knows that. Up next, South Kakalaki. Their over-under is 7.5. Virginia Tech's got a rough start to the season, y'all. No, we don't know that, but they start with South Carolina and then Vandy. South Carolina season will rely on Lenore Sellers. Hell of an athlete. Got a decent arm. If his passing goes to the next level, South Carolina could be a 9-10 win team. Hate to say it because I can't stand Shane Beamer and his cheating self. But that's the truth of the matter. I'm doing these as unbiased as I possibly can. So I got them beating Virginia Tech, beating South Carolina State, beating Vandy, beating Missouri. There's 4-0. Beating Kentucky. There's 5-0. LSU. I think LSU beat them in Death Valley. They get Oklahoma and Alabama at home. I think they'll split those. So what's that, 6? At Texas A&M, Coastal Carolina 7. They got A&M, Clemson. They beat Clemson last year at Clemson. I'm going to go over. As much as I hate to, because I can't stand Shane Beamer's ass, I'm going to go over. I think they get to 8. Could possibly get to 9. I said I hate it because I can't stand Shane Beamer and his cheating self. He cheated somewhere when he was an assistant. I want to keep saying it's Georgia, but I don't know that's Georgia, so don't quote me on that. And then he got our signals in 2022. It ain't been proven, but there's enough circumstantial evidence that we know he did. All right. LSU, 8.5, y'all. They start with Clemson. That's a tough one, especially for Brian Kelly, because Brian Kelly can't seem to win can't seem to win the season opener. He's lost every one of them at LSU. Louisiana Tech, that's a win. Florida, another tough one. Southeastern Louisiana, they might give LSU a game. Not. Easy win. Ole Miss, South Carolina, Vandy, A&M. Shoo. Alabama, Arkansas, Western Kentucky. So I'm going to get Western Kentucky, Arkansas, Louisiana Tech, Southern Louisiana, Vandy. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They get Oklahoma at home. I'll give them that one at 6. So that means I have to beat Clemson, Ole Miss, A&M, Alabama, South Carolina, Florida. I'm just not a believer in Brian Kelly, y'all. They got talent. Probably got as much talent as anybody. They should probably over-under win total should be as high as anybody in the conference, but I just don't think Brian Kelly's got it. I think he's a decent coach that's going to win 8, 9 games a year, but I don't think he's ever going to get over the hump. With that schedule, I'm going under. I'm giving them 8 wins. So LSU 8 wins. If they go 8 wins this year, Brian Kelly won't have a job, y'all. LSU's expectations is competing for titles, and they've not done that since Kelly's been there. The Notre Dame just played for the title after Brian Kelly left, so what's that tell you? Up next, Lane, freaking Kiffin, and Ole Miss. I hope they go 0-12. I know it ain't going to happen. Kiffin's got a good team. Their season's going to be relying on how good is Simmons, their quarterback. They start with Georgia State, looks like Kentucky, Arkansas, Tulane. Tulane just got BYU's quarterback who got kicked off for the honor code, breaking the honor code, having premarital sex. Washington State's on there, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 wins. Mississippi State, there's 6. Citadel's on there, there's 7. Daggone. Kiffin's got an easy schedule, y'all. LSU is at home. Play Georgia, Oklahoma on the road. South Carolina at home. Florida at home. So, Georgia on the road. I think that's going to be a loss. LSU at Ole Miss. I could see them winning that one, so I'll give them that one. So there's 6. Oklahoma at Oklahoma. That could be a toss-up game. I'm going to give it to them at 7. They get South Carolina at home. That could be 8. Florida at home. I'm going to go over on Ole Miss. I'm going to give them 9-3 again this year. I'm flip-flopping on that one. I really want to say under because all the talent they had last year, everybody's picking them to really win the national title because all the guys they brought in from the portal, and they still only won 9 games. With the first-round draft pick a quarterback, the Simmons kid's talented, but we ain't seen him really besides one drive against Georgia. But I'm going to hit the over with him. Lane Kiffin seems to get to 9 wins a year. He can't really get past that threshold. I think he's got 10 once. So go over on Ole Miss, y'all. Give them 9 wins. Up next, the Dirty Swamp Rats and Sunbelt Billy. They turned their season around at the end last year. Can they keep it going? They got Long Island, South Florida. That's 2 wins. Then the damn gauntlet starts. You got Mississippi State. There's 3. Kentucky, I'll give them 4 there. Florida State, 5. They're over under 6.5, y'all. The over is favored. They're going to have to win against LSU. They got at LSU, at Miami. I say that's 2 losses. Then Texas. I mean, y'all, they could be 2-3, 2-4, 5 games in, 6 games into the season. Don't see them winning against Texas, even though it's in the swamp. Going to A&M's hard. I know Lagway's a hell of a player. God, that'd be 2-4. There's 3-4 Mississippi State. Georgia, they play in Jacksonville. It used to be the largest cocktail party, and I don't know what it is. There's a loss. What's that? 3-5. Kentucky wins, so it's 4-5. 5 so 6. Unless they pull an upset, they're going to hit the under, y'all, but I think they will surprise somebody. Maybe one of the teams that get at home. Hopefully it's not the Vols. I personally think we're going to get our first win down the swamp. We got a daggone 50-year quarterback. I don't think he's going to be scared down there. We've got some wins over them, so they ain't in our heads anymore. I'm going to give Florida the over. I'm going to give them 7. I think if Billy gets to only 7, he might not have a job. Florida fans are already over him. So I think anything below 8, Billy's probably hunting a job and Florida's hiring a new coach. Up next, Alabama, 9.5. It's even either way, so it's minus 110 whether you go over or under. They must really like Kalen DeBoer. Alabama has talent, but last year they had a lot of deficiencies in that team. They bring a lot of guys back on defense from a defense that really wasn't that good. It's supposed to be the best defense in the country this year, somehow. And it could be. If their talent locks in, whatever, I don't know. I know they got all the talent in the world, but after watching them last year and they're breaking in a new quarterback this year, yeah, Ty Simpson's a 5-star. But does he live up to it? Nico's a 5-star. Jackson Arnold at Auburn was a 5-star. A lot of 5-stars don't work. I mean, obviously you get excited about them, but then when the season hits, you never know when they get to play. Florida State win, Louisiana Monroe win, Wisconsin win, Vandy win, Missouri win. There's 5. I give them a win against Oklahoma. That's 6. Win against Eastern Illinois, there's 7. Probably win against Auburn, there's 8. So, Georgia, us, South Carolina, and LSU, they have to win 2 of those. We go down there this year. They go to South Carolina, maybe. Don't really say on there. No. Yeah, they go to South Carolina. It'll be a tough game. South Carolina had them last year at home. Lost at the end by 2 points. I'm going under. I'm going 9 wins for them. I think they got a lot of talent. I'm just not sold on DeBoer as the coach that everybody else is. I know he won at Washington. I think it was kind of luck of the draw there with their schedule and everything else. We'll see. If he wins 10, 11 games this year, then I'll start being a believer, but I'll believe when I see it type of deal. Up next, the War Eagle. Make or break year for Hugh Freeze. It's over under 7.5. The over's favored. If he goes 7 wins or less, he's out of a job, y'all. But he's talking about, just want to make a bowl game. 6 wins. If you only make a bowl game, you're fired. You went 5-7 2 years in a row. And didn't even go after quarterback last year. You finally got Jackson Arnold this year. What he did at Oklahoma makes you wonder what he's going to do for you. Baylor, that's a toss-up. Baylor's a pretty good team. Ball State win. Southern Alabama win. Oklahoma, toss-up. At least Texas A&M, Georgia, Missouri, Arkansas. I'll give them Missouri. At Arkansas, that's a losable game. Kentucky, that's a win. Vandy probably win. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They beat Baylor at 6. Sorry, I'm counting, y'all. I'm going under. I think Hugh Freeze he's out playing golf. The fan base is mad at him. The recruiting class sucks right now. He's out on the golf course all the time. The fan base is already turning on him. It's hard to turn that around when you get that energy in there. We're going to go under on that one, y'all. Up next, Texas A&M. They're over under 7.5. UTSA, Utah State. That's 2 wins. I think they're going to beat Auburn. They're 3. Mississippi State 4. Arkansas is on the road. LSU's on the road. Missouri's on the road. I'm going to give them the over, but I think they just hit 8. I mean, that's typical Texas A&M. 8-4. I mean, happened under Jimbo. Happened last year with Elko. So until I see otherwise, we're going 8-4, but I am going to give them the over on it. Up next, Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs. We need to beat them this year. That's the only big team that we play every year. The hype was not got. Last year we had them on the ropes. They come back. I think it was up 17-3, and they outscored us 28-0 the rest of the damn game. They got Marshall, Austin P. There's 2 wins. Kentucky, Auburn, 4. Mississippi State, 5. Charlotte, 6. I'm going to give Georgia Tech their 7. They got us, Alabama, Ole Miss, Florida. They're going to want revenge on Ole Miss, so I'm going to give them that one. They're 7. I'm going to give them a win against Florida. There's 8. Alabama one's tricky. I'm going to give them that one. They lost to Alabama last year, so I think they're going to get there. That's 9. I think it's finally the year they come to Neyland and lose, though, so they're going to have to beat Texas to get 10. I think they do. They was Texas's daddy last year. I'm going to give Georgia the over, but with the loss to Tennessee. Take it to the bank, boys. I'm just kidding. We're hard to beat at home. Last loss we had at home was to Georgia. We're 20-1 at home in the last 3 years. Up next, Texas Longhorns. They start with Ohio State. I think they beat Ohio State. There's 1 win, 2 win, 3 wins. San Jose, UTEP, Sam Houston, daggone. Cakewalk to start the season besides Ohio State, so I think they're 4-0. They go to Florida. Could be a tricky one. Their over-under is 9.5. I'm pretty sure the over is favored. They got Vandy, that's a win. Arkansas win. Texas A&M at home, probably a win. Mississippi State, Kentucky. They got a manageable schedule, y'all. If they beat Ohio State, the over is definitely probably going to happen. So we're going to hit the over with Texas at 10 as much as I hate it. Hope they hit the under, but I'm picking without my blinders on. I want to give y'all the best information I can instead of being biased. So Texas over. They're going to get 10. As long as they beat Ohio State, they'll get 10. I think they will. Save the best for last, y'all. Good old Rocky Top. Rocky Top, Tennessee. We got the Vols. Our over-under is 8.5. It was 9.5 before we lost Nico. Got Syracuse. Think that's a win. ETSU win. Like I said, I think it's the year we finally break through against Georgia. We got them early at home. We're breaking in a new quarterback. They're breaking in a new quarterback. I think we finally get over the hump there. Give me a win there. Then we got UAB, Mississippi State. We're going to start 5-0. Then we got Arkansas, revenge game. Give me 6-0. Then we go to Alabama. I want to give us the win there, but I'm going to give us the L. Much as I don't want to. I hate to, but I'll look. Who's November 15th? Yeah, I don't know. Gotta be one of our scrub games. Okay. Got Florida at the end of the year and the Swamp and Vandy, so I got us what? 6-1 at that point. Got Kentucky. Think that's a win. Oklahoma at home. I think that's a win. I can't see who's on the 15th, but I do know that it is New Mexico State, I think. That's a win. Go down to the Swamp. Oh, as much as I hate to, give us a loss there until we go down there and win. I think I said we was going to lose. I think we was going to beat them when I did Florida's schedule. And when I'm looking at it until we go down there and do it, I'm going to pick it as a loss. Then we beat Vandy. I got us going 10-2, so bang down there over on that. I don't think that's wishful thinking. Yeah, I'm a Vol fan. The Georgia game will be the difference. I think we'll get to 9 without it. I think we'll get 10 with it. You might think I'm seeing through orange-colored glasses. I just got that much faith in Heupel. And I think Joey Aguilar has something to prove after the way he got done at UCLA. All right, for conference championship, you're going to have a couple of 10-2 teams. I don't know how tiebreaker will break, but I'm going to give it to either us, Georgia, Texas. If it's Georgia and Texas, I'm going to go Georgia and Bama too. So we could have a four-way tie. So just, if I go with my heart, I'd say Tennessee. But if I'm going to pick to win money, till proven otherwise, we're going with Georgia. I mean, even with us beating them at home like I think we will, I think Georgia wins the SEC. That's going to wrap this one up. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button, the share button, subscribe button. Like I said, share with everybody you know. Share with your enemies. Share with your friends. Share with your family. Don't matter. Just as long as you're sharing and subscribing, I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm dropping these videos like it's hot. Trying to get back on my daily schedule. I got my internet up. Season's right around the corner. Hope y'all enjoyed it. As always, go Vols, baby.